Hi, I'm Maria Delinti Garcia of Grade 12 STEM Mapagpalaya. Today I will be discussing to you the different types of chemical reactions. Number 1. Combustion reactions. In a combustion reaction, the substance reacts with oxygen and releases energy in the form of heat and light. A combustion reaction is also known as burning. Next is the combination reaction. It is also known as the synthesis reaction. This is a reaction in which two or more substances, elements, or compounds combine together to form a single compound. Combination to form a single compound is not limited to two or more elements. There are three types of combination reaction. First is between two or more elements. An example of this type of combination reaction is when a metal reacts to a nonmetal, which forms ionic compounds. Similarly, nonmetals could combine with other nonmetals to form a covalent compound. The next type of combination reaction is the reaction between an element and a compound. When an element and a compound combine together, they will form another compound. The last type of the combination reaction is the reaction between two compounds. As the two compounds combine to each other, they will form a new compound. If there is a reaction in which elements or compounds or substances combine, there is also a reaction in which they break down or separate. Such reactions are classified as decomposition reactions. This is a reaction in which a single compound is broken down into two or more elements or compounds. These reactions often involve energy sources such as heat, light, or electricity to break apart the bonds of the compound. Next is the single replacement reaction. It is also known as the single displacement reaction. In this chemical reaction, an element reacts to a compound and replaces another element in the compound. This is pictured as the compound being BC and A replaces B. This reaction can only take place if a more reactive element replaces a less reactive element. The reactivity of elements can be determined using a chart like the activity series of metals. The most reactive elements are at the top of the activity series, and as it goes down, the element becomes less reactive. The last type of chemical reaction is number 5, the double replacement reaction. This is also known as the double displacement reaction or metathesis. In this reaction, there is an exchange of positive ions between two compounds. This type of reaction generally takes place in aqueous solutions and often produces a precipitate. In chemistry, a precipitate is an insoluble solid that emerges from a liquid solution. It often emerges as a suspension. It can form when two or more soluble salts react in solution to form one or more insoluble products. And those are the 5 different types of chemical reaction: combustion, combination, decomposition, single replacement, and double replacement. However, there are reactions that could fit into more than one of these classifications. To summarize everything, combustion is when a substance reacts to oxygen and releases energy in the form of either heat and light. Combination reaction is where basically two or more elements or compounds combine together in order to form a single new substance. The decomposition reaction opposes the combination reaction. If in the combination reaction, the elements or the compounds combine, in the decomposition reaction, the elements or compounds are broken into different and simpler substances. In a single replacement reaction, an element replaces another element in that compound. When this happens, a new compound and a new element are formed. The double replacement reaction is also known as the double displacement reaction. In this reaction, two compounds react, and the positive ions and the negative ions, or cations and anions, of the two reactants switch places, forming two new compounds or products. And those are the 5 different types of chemical reactions. Thank you.